Good day, everyone. My name is Malashela Matsi, and I'm here with my colleagues
Luyanda Mamicha
and Spremnis.
In today's video, we'll be speaking about fluvial geomorphology, which is a topic for grade 12 learners for the subject of geography. In today's video, we'll be diving into the fascinating world of fluvial geomorphology. Have you seen just how wonderful the rivers out there are? So today we are going to understand how the rivers work, and we're going to appreciate their role in shaping our beautiful world. So we're going to be looking at the profiles of the river, the stages of the river, the upgraded and the ungraded profiles of the river. We're also going to be looking at the relationship of both the stages of the river. That means the lower, the middle, and the upper course. So hit that like, subscribe, and thumbs up so we can get started. So now we'll be diving into the main ideas. Fluvial geomorphology. If I may ask, what is fluvial geomorphology? Yes, fluvial geomorphology is our topic for today, but I'm looking at the definition. So you may write your definition in the comment section and I'll check it out. My definition of fluvial geomorphology is that it is the study of how the rivers form, shape, and change the landscape over time. So we have two river profiles in fluvial geomorphology, which is the longitudinal profile and the transverse profile. In this slide, I will be focusing on the longitudinal profile. So the longitudinal profile shows us the side view of the river, which is also known as the gradient. So the side view is shown from its source, which is the mountain, to the mouth, which is the ocean. It is gentle at the mouth because it's the ocean, and it is steep at the source because it's the mountain.
Now we're going to be looking at the cross profile of the river. The cross profile, also known as the transverse profile, shows the shape of the river from one side or bank of the river to the opposite side or bank. It shows the height, the width, and the level of the water. Now, grade 12s, it is very important for you guys to know how to draw both the longitudinal profile and the cross profile of the river, because you might be asked to draw one of these in the exam. Now we're going to be looking at the grading of the river. We have a graded profile and an ungraded profile. A graded profile is smooth from the source of the river all the way down to the mouth of the river. An ungraded profile has irregularities and obstacles, right? So now I'm going to tell you guys how we move from a graded profile to an ungraded profile. The river starts off with a graded profile that is very smooth and is concave shaped. So a process called rejuvenation takes place. Rejuvenation is the process in which the river's erosion activities are renewed, so the river gains more energy. When rejuvenation occurs, there is a sudden drop in the profile of the river, causing the profile to no longer be concave. The profile is now called an ungraded profile. This sudden drop in the profile is called a neck point. A neck point is a temporary base level of a river. A base level is the lowest point in which a river can erode. So a neck point is called a temporary base level because it is not the lowest point of the river. We have a mouth, which is the lowest point. So the mouth is the permanent base level of a river. Rejuvenation can occur more than once along a river's profile, forming neck points along the way. So it is possible for a river to have more than one neck point. A river can actually have two neck points, but it can also have one neck point depending on how many times rejuvenation took place. This is how we end up with a graded profile and an ungraded profile. Now, grade 12s, it is also important for you guys to know how to draw both the graded profile and the ungraded profile. You should always remember that the graded profile is smooth and the ungraded profile is not smooth. It has neck points. It can be a neck point or neck points. Thank you.
Okay, guys, my colleagues have explained to you. I'm going to dwell much on the stages of the river. When coming to the stages, the first stage is the upper course. Where we find the upper course, we find the source of the river. That's where the water actually comes from. Since the upper course is the beginning of the river, the gradient there is very steep, which means there is a downward erosion and the river is flowing very fast. There is also the second stage, which is the middle course. The middle course, the gradient there is very gradual because it's the middle course. And there is also literal erosion. And lastly, there is also a slow flowing river because it's on the middle course. So guys, now we are at the last stage, which is the lower course. When at the lower course, that's where the deposition happens. That's where all the erosion from the upper course gets deposited. So there the flow of the river is very slow because that's where the river actually meets an ocean. Okay guys, so this slide is showing you exactly how are the stages connected to one another. It shows you very clear that the first stage, which is the upper course, is the source of the river. The middle course is where most of the widening and depending, that's where it happens. And ongoing, it goes to the mouth of the river. That's where the river meets the ocean and deposition takes place. And then we're going to go to our activity that you guys are going to answer to show that you really do comprehend this lesson. Then we're going to go to our activity that you guys are going to answer to show that you really do comprehend this lesson. So guys, as you can see the activity, the first question requires you to go back at the stages that I have mentioned and also my colleagues have mentioned. And there are only 3 stages. So you just have to remember what stages are those and write them down. And the second question, it says list two features of the upper course of the river. You just have to tell us in the upper course, what do you find? Do you find a steep gradient? Do you find a gentle gradient? Do you find a fast flowing river or a slower flowing river? Yes. And the third question, it says name 2 river profiles and describe them. You describe there's a first river profile which is this, and the second river profile which is this. The first one, it shows you how, and the second one shows you how exactly. So the last one question, it says describe one difference between the river channel in the upper course and the river channel in the lower course. So this is where you're going to explain to us that the river channel in the lower course, is it wider, is it deeper, or is the river channel in the lower course wider than the one in the upper course? You just have to show us the difference, tell us the difference between the two, and your answers can also be written in our comment, and we're going to assist you if you got any answers wrong. And don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you.